Hi, Dr. Lim here. In the initial days of the accent in Indonesia, I spent most of my time in Indonesia as there was the largest market for the accent. It was then that I met Jimmy Killing, our Crown Ambassador in Philippines. We always call him intimately as JQ. The wife of JQ is of Indonesia origin. Both she and JQ spoke good Indonesian language or the Malay. And many times, she was the only one who speak Malay with me in Philippines. JQ joined the accent in Indonesia and brought the accent into Philippines. That time, so many people rushed into the accent in Indonesia, and our meeting ran into thousands of people. The members were very active and enthusiastic. This convinced JQ that the accent should go well in Philippines. Then we kickstart all the registration and import formality to bring the products into Philippines. I advise JQ not to wait for all the formality. He should start to gather people and talk about the accent, so that when the accent finally started, he would have a basic group of people under him and give the market a good start. We always say, tomorrow shall not wait. So JQ took my advice and immediately, upon arriving in Philippines, used his own money, rented a hotel hall, and sent over 200 invitations for people to come to listen to him about the accent. Years later, JQ recalled, there were 3 people who came for the meeting. He himself, his wife, and his driver. The first meeting failed. Every time he recalled it, we would joke and record the first meeting of the accent. I also sent out about 200 invitations. There were 12 people. JQ laughed and said it was much better than him. I told him, no, these people do not come to listen to the accent, but simply come to see a crazy engineer. Something wrong with his mind, they decided to plant mushroom rather than supervise the construction of the building. They came for free entertainment. Half of them left for the toilet and never come back. The rest threw away the material I gave them, and none of them joined the accent. I insisted to the accent that his first meeting was better than mine. At least no one came for free show and just to entertain himself. After the failure of the first meeting, JQ came to Indonesia to meet me. I told him about the first meeting of the accent and asked him to try again. He tried for the second time, failed, went to Indonesia to meet me again. I asked him to try again, and the third time he tried, failed again. Then we met the third time in Jakarta. Finally, the fourth time tried, still failed. And he went to Indonesia with fourth time to meet me. This time JQ was in tears. He told me he was well over 60 in age. And if he failed, and he had failed several times in MRM, the accent was his last hope. If he failed in the accent, that would be the end of his MLM career. Then JQ requested to me, Dr. Lim, please give me your best advice. I shall stick to your advice until I succeed. I look at JQ, visibly beaten by the last 3 or 4 failures in the meeting, looking at me expectantly that I shall give him the best advice. My advice to him became very famous in the accent. People call it $1 million advice. For those of you who have not yet become millionaire, listen to it carefully. I told him, JQ, you look tired, no? Go back and turn on the heater and have a good hot shower. Then go to sleep. After that, went back to Philippines. Do it all over again. JQ was shocked by such blunt advice. I told JQ, in DXN, we never took failure as an answer. The more we fail, the more we try. Each time we try better and better. Then it started to work. Initially a small success, then a bigger success, then a great success. This time I decided to go with JQ to Philippines and wanted to see for myself what had actually gone wrong. When in Manila, JQ organized a meeting again. This time about a dozen people came to the meeting. I gave a short speech and put the floor to Q&A. In DXN, Q&A is always important. As from Q&A, we can know what is the expectation and the concern of the members. After a few questions, immediately I identified a problem. In Philippines, all health food companies are collapsing at that time. Due to currency meltdown, as though not as bad as Indonesia, but the peso has been devalued for half of its former value. Many MLM companies, especially the health food company, increased the price double and triple the original one. The market simply could not absorb it and started to fail. The aloe vera company from US failed, the Lindsay company from Taiwan failed, the bee pollen company from Singapore failed, the health food company from Australia also failed. The audience asked me, those companies from advanced countries like the US, Australia, and even Singapore have failed. What was the chance for a developing country like Malaysia to succeed? They were making a sensible question. If the health food from all those advanced countries all failed, what were the odds that the health food from Malaysia could survive in the market? It was apparent that at the time, the health food industry in Philippines had collapsed. And if we launched the health food at that moment, the chances of failure was very high. In the marketing training in DXN, we always advise not to go against the tide. So continue to launch health food in Philippines at the time is suicidal. But DXN is a health food company. At that time, our main products were RG and GL. In Indonesia, the market is purely on RG and GL. If we take away RG and GL at the time, DXN ceased to exist. Facing the audience at the time, thoughts fly through my mind. What should I handle the situation now? In the training of Sunya, we always say that we need to reset our mind. And in the history of DXN, it had happened twice in the past few times. First is we're shifting the market from Chinese-based to Malay-based due to PASU, joining of PASU. Secondly, we sliced the price to more than half when facing the old market. Now, for the third time in DXN, we reset the market. In this time, throwing away our DGL and embracing the coffee 3-in-1. In Sunya, when things do not work, we just throw it away and reset the situation. Other than our DGL, we have coffee 3-in-1. But that was not the main product of DXN at the time. The making of DXN coffee is more accidental than due to good planning. In Malaysia, we love to drink coffee. The member keep asking why not the company produce the coffee. During the meeting, member could drink DXN coffee. As a result, DXN produced the coffee just to entertain the members. The profit from the coffee was very poor and sometimes making losses. It was the adopted son in DXN, not the pure breed, like Genonoma. Now we know coffee has very good health effects, but at that time, coffee was having a bad reputation. None of the health food companies produce coffee, and DXN is the only one in the market. And we just drink coffee, never talk about it. If you go through my early presentation of Genotherapy, coffee is nowhere to be found. Thoughts flash quickly through my mind when I was facing the audience. Okay, if I did away RG and GL, coffee was the only choice left now. Will people laugh at us, a health food company selling coffee? Will people laugh at me again, who turn lunatic and do something crazy? At the end of the day, I decide a bad choice was better than no choice. If we do away with RG and GL and do not want to promote coffee, we left with no choice. If I promote coffee, that was a very bad choice for a health food company, but it has a joy at least, A stupid choice was better than no choice. Then I asked our audience, did you all love to drink coffee? That was a stupid question. Filipino is like the Malaysian. Coffee is their second life. In the village of Malaysia, when you visit any family, the first thing they do is prepare a cup of coffee to you. You better drink it. Refusal to drink is almost like declaration of war. If you do not drink, the friendship ends. If you drink it, then immediately we are brothers, and anything under the sun is negotiable. I told the crowd, cheers, drink coffee, and you can become a millionaire. This become a famous quote for DXN in the market. I asked the audience to list down what type of drinks they bought for the family. then use the same amount of money, to buy DXN coffee, then you will not have, if you don't have enough money, one sachet of coffee can make into several cups if you wish. Our coffee is real coffee. Even when you make it to 10 cups it still tastes like coffee. The audience loved the idea, and almost all of them joined DXN. We started to greet each other, cheers, drink DXN coffee, and become a millionaire. Filipinos turned into a frenzy about DXN coffee. I saw many of them did not throw away the empty sachet and brought it to their friend and let their friend smell the good aroma of DXN coffee. Many people loved the aroma and decided to try. I told them about the raw egg coffee shake of Indonesia. Who believe that raw egg has superpower? Always put raw eggs into many types of foods and make tasty coffee egg shake. One resident even came out as a special menu and become an instant hit in Philippines. Malaysian members love to marinate the chicken with coffee and produce DXN Lingzi coffee chicken. Some cafes try it and become a good talking point in the market in Philippines too. The experience in Indonesia was repeated in Philippines. Many M&M companies are stunned by the economic meltdown and rejection of health food in the market. Coffee is much cheaper than any health food. People can have major products of less than $5 at the time. It was cheap and affordable. And the idea that you can involve in M&M simply by drinking coffee sells like hotcakes in the market. Suddenly, members flocked into DXN Philippines, sales picked up and soared through the roof. Philippines became our major market until this day. Most importantly, we avoid the mistake we made in Indonesia, and Philippines emerged as a healthy market of DXN. In the next video, I shall tell you what are the mistakes we avoid that turn DXN Philippines into a stable and good market for DXN. See you then. Bye bye.